So version 3.4 of Honkai Star Rail is starting to look like one of the most packed updates we've had in a while. If you've been holding on to your Stellar Jades, this might be the version you've been waiting for, but also one where your savings will be seriously tested. There's a lot to cover: new characters, buffs, banner changes, and even a Fate Stay Night collaboration. So let's break it all down together. Save up to 23% on the Casteries banner at lootbar.gg. All you need is your UID and server. The link is in the description. Let's start with what everyone's buzzing about: the new 5-star characters. According to reliable leaks and the current path pattern, the next 3 characters are set to be Destruction, Destruction, and Hunt types. That lines up with earlier info suggesting Feon, Saber, and Archer will all be 5-star units, and now we've got more details backing it up. In Phase 1, we're getting Feon, a 5-star physical destruction unit. Now this guy isn't just another bruiser, he's got a unique ultimate charging system that actually scales, with buffs from allies. That means characters like Sunday and Saridra, who can ramp up offensive potential or manipulate turn mechanics, are going to pair really well with him. He's clearly being positioned as a hypercarry DPS, and from what we've seen so far, he looks like he could bring some much-needed power back to physical teams. There's also story content tied to Feon and a character named Cyrene coming up, so expect more lore and emotional depth around this release. I always love it when gameplay and story get tied together like that. It makes the unit feel more meaningful to pull for. Then in Phase 2, things take a pretty wild turn with the official collaboration event. Fate Stay Night is finally landing in Honkai Star Rail. Saber will be a 5-star wind destruction character, and Archer is a 5-star quantum hunt unit. What's really exciting here is that Archer will actually be free during the event. A 5-star hunt unit for free? That's a huge win, especially for newer players who might not have built out their quantum teams yet. Saber, on the other hand, is expected to be locked behind the gacha. If her design and kit are anything close to the classic Saber aesthetic and power level, expect her to be a very popular target. This collab isn't just cosmetic, it's shaping up to be a full-scale event with missions, storylines, and thematically rich rewards. It's been a while since we had a crossover that felt this substantial. And while all these shiny new characters are exciting, there's also something really important happening in the background: buffs to older characters. Silver Wolf, Blade, Kafka, and Jingliu are all getting retuned in version 3.4. We don't have the numbers yet, but the devs have made it clear the goal is to address power creep and keep these characters relevant in endgame content. This is a smart move. Kafka and Jingliu especially have been falling behind newer releases, and a buff could bring them back into serious play. Silver Wolf has always been a niche pick, but a bit more consistency in her debuff uptime, or a boost to her defense reduction or quantum resistance penetration would make her much more flexible. And Blade, well, let's just say if they make him less reliant on strict team setups or give him better healing synergy, he could become a monster again. We're also getting a big change to the exchange banner and shop system. Version 3.4 is expected to roll out a second wave of previously limited event characters into the exchange pool. This is the kind of change players have been asking for forever. Let's be real, missing out on a limited unit used to mean waiting half a year or more for a rerun. But if they're opening up access through the shop, even partially, that gives players way more flexibility. Maybe you've already pulled the character and want Eidolon 1? Maybe you skipped them back then and regret it? This system change could smooth out those regrets and make the meta a bit more accessible. What's interesting is how all of these things, new hypercarries, crossover hype, retroactive buffs, and banner accessibility, are pointing to a shift in how the developers are managing balance and player engagement. It feels like they're finally acknowledging that not everyone is chasing every new unit, and that keeping older units viable matters just as much. So, I'm curious, who are you planning to pull for? Are you saving for Saber? Excited for Feon's physical damage setup, or just here for free Archer? And how do you feel about the buffs? Do you think it's enough to bring back characters like Kafka or Blade into the meta spotlight? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your take on this version. And if you found this breakdown helpful, don't forget to subscribe or share it with someone still deciding what to pull. Version 3.4 is going to be wild, and we're just getting started. Save up to 23% on the Casteries banner at lootbar.gg. All you need is your UID and server. The link is in the description.